let's talk about a bit more on the pitch now, shall we? Barry Bannan and set pieces and penalties. This has been wrote into us in my Discord about it, but also we were going to talk about it anyway because there's a big debate going on about let's talk about penalties specifically to start, and then we'll move on. And the sort of dilemma that is Barry Bannan at the minute, because everyone's saying everything's going through him, and if he has an off day, we're screwed. But he's still the one that makes everything happen. But I can see the counter argument saying if you're putting everything through him, of course he's going to be the one that makes everything happen. But against Shrewsbury, for me, he could have created 3 goals. Well, he could have had one and created the others, So should he be on penalties first and foremost for you?
No.
Okay.
I think if we got a striker on the pitch who's confident and stuff, because for a while it was Fletcher that was on penalty duty a lot. And then Bannan took that mantle up when Fletcher went. I think you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself as being captain and then being the person to say, I'm going to take the penalty. You don't need that pressure that he's already got.
No.
And that could mess your headspace up in a game if that's suddenly the thing. I think that's happened in this game a little bit. And I think it happened in the Bristol City game where you missed it. I think when you have that kind of pressure on your hand, and fair play for him to wanting that pressure, but I think when you're captain, maybe he's taking some of it away from you is probably a better idea.
I agree, right? And so does our audience, okay? Because we asked on the Talking Wednesday Twitter at Talking Where to go follow it. Who do you want on penalties? Over 100 votes came in for this. There was 4 options: Bannan, Berahino, Gregory, or someone else. 2.9% went for someone else. Of course they did. They'll run on the pitch and take them. 6.8% went for the current Pirate penalty taker in Barry Bannan. Wow. 6.8%.
0.8. Jesus.
So it's between Gregory and Berahino. He's third out of that. Only not even a full 0.4 in front of someone else, right? Berahino came second with 34% of the vote, and Gregory came first with 56.3% of the vote. So our fan base thinks Gregory. Personally, I think Berahino. Even though Gregory's
Patterson take a couple last season.
Yeah, but I didn't put Patterson in. Maybe that's someone else's Patterson for some people, or Windass maybe when he's back. But Berahino used to be a decent penalty taker. Gregory, I'd see either of those because Gregory took penalties for Millwall. Was it correct in saying that? Berahino though is probably thirsty to get English goals into his system again, and I think he's got.
Look at his reaction after that first goal.
I think he's got that kind of attitude to not really get under the pressure of taking. He can take the pressure of the penalties. So can Barry, but he shouldn't really have to, being the captain and taking everything else. A lot of people say he's a captain that doesn't lead, he just yells at people. I kind of get that. If you're looking around and some of the players aren't on your level, because Barry Bannan, I will say it, he's on a level above. And I can see why people would see that to be the detriment. And is he more of a detriment when he's not?
The part of me that I think Barry Bannan captain has been not a lesser player, but just lost a bit of a game. When he wasn't captain, he didn't have that pressure. He played with a little bit more freedom.
No, I disagree. He didn't have the armband. He had Forestieri. There's a difference. That's the thing.
There you go.
For me, that's the thing. If the pressure wasn't always on him because he had Forestieri there who could do stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And when he didn't have Forestieri, he had Fletcher. And Fletcher.
It's a difficult one because a lot of people at the start of this season were calling for Hutt to get the captain armband.
Not for me.
And no.
Not for me.
Barry Bannan's a good captain.
Because if you talk about shouting at players, yes, he's probably matey with them all, but his discipline record's not good enough for a captain. You've got to kind of you can't really go and be the one that hands out the fines to the club when you keep fining yourself.
Right, Hutch, who got fined today? Oh, me!
Just me. With Barry, we'd have if the linesmen had been to Specsavers, we'd have won through 2 Barry Bannan assists on Saturday, which people seem to be forgetting the point of. Let all the stuff go through him because he's miles above players in that league. He is the best player in that league, hands down. Some people are saying Aidan McGeady. Right, okay. No, but Aidan McGeady is a good player for this level, but watch Barry Bannan. He shouldn't be on set pieces though for me now. Apart from maybe he's going to get corners now, and he already had them, and I hated him on corners, but I can't really say anything after Saturday.
I'm not happy with his free kicks either.
No, I think I like Wings' free kicks a bit more.
It's got to be interesting if this is a conversation that gets brought up between Darren and Barry and seeing what happens and see what happens in training, because it's been a while where I think this is the first time in a while where Barry Bannan got a corner right. I think he got it right with Borner at the end in the Cardiff game.
Borner.
Burner Born, it might not in here anymore.
I know, but we
like he's dead.
We finished the last podcast so well when we were actually talking about him. Let's not ruin it now.
But I think that was the last time he had a proper decent corner, and this one was great. And the thing is, it's a weird one because players have got to step up for it then, so he doesn't have to go do it. For me,
yeah, I think he doesn't need to be on the set pieces, because I do commend him for being like taking it all on himself, but you
just reminded me of
being a captain. You can delegate. You can delegate. Right? Go on.
Someone sent me this ages ago. The reason why Barry Bannan's on corner because you wouldn't want him in the box, would you, for a header?
That's mean.
And that's very mean, but I got the sentiment.
I think we've actually discussed this before. I said no, but you'd want him on the edge of the box for if it comes back.
So he can smack it.
With his left foot. Why doesn't he do that? Because he's got a hell of a left foot. And I'd rather him take the chances of just giving it, knowing that if it falls to him on the outside of the box, we could just go shoot and he puts it in the top corner. Maybe most of the time he puts it over the cop, but he can try,
Yeah.
For me,
Definitely.
You put somebody like Wing, who's already, take the free kicks, take the corners. The corner comes in, there's a scramble in the box, it goes there. Bannan's not that much of a big lad, but it sort of deflects off. Maybe Iorfa's in the box, he's gone for a head, he couldn't really reach it. He flicks it back across the box. Bannan's on the edge of the box, runs up with his left foot, smacks it. That's another set piece that we're cutting out.
The only thing I can think is that Barry Bannan's not going to be someone who gets rotated a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why he might be on set pieces. Because he knows he's going to be pretty much first.
But that's why you have multiple set pieces, because the problem is, if you know Barry Bannan's taking all the set pieces as well, you can work out where a Barry Bannan set piece is going.
Yeah.
That's why you need options. But stop battering one of the best players we've had in absolute decades.
He's only just come back on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see, and he's been doing some really good, positive stuff.
Yeah.
And if a player has a bad game,
I will never say a bad word against Barry Bannan. Good old Barry Battenberg. That was an interesting stream. But I will criticize, obviously, but I will never say a bad word against his character with the club when the way he signed last year, so, and the way he's still playing for us in the League One. Barry Bannan's a Rolls Royce in League One. Stop having a pop. Seriously, some of our fans.